This show is brought to you by our friends at bayphoto.com. Head over after the show to print something amazing. Be sure to check out their specials at bayphoto.com/specials.
Okay, so let's look at your work here. And there we are. Jared,
All right.
Who is this?
Our first entry is by Isaac, and this is Turkish Street Dogs from Antalya, Turkey in the fall of 2022.
So when you guys look at this, your flash, what's the feeling you get? Is there a story here? I say yes. I say absolutely. It's an interesting, there's a lot of interest. The mirror image, the reflection of those interesting windows, those are really interesting windows. Yeah, with the 3 dogs, a 3-dog night. Look at that, 3-dog day. There's an interesting story there. And it's another compositional tool, which is Symmetry, which we didn't cover yet, but it's certainly one of the key tools we love. A lot of symmetry here. Symmetry works. Why do these things work? Somebody made a kind of a critical remark to me about, Mark, you don't really explain how come these things work. I don't know why they work. Do you? Does anybody? I mean, I don't know that you can take art and go, well, scientifically, this is the reason Picasso painted with a red pen versus a blue. You can do that, but that's not how he was doing it. He just liked that color. He liked that shape. And it worked. So these tools, they work. If you want a scientific dissertation, okay, somebody can do that, but I don't know that's going to make your photography any better. You have to just kind of look at it and go, do these work? Yeah, this works beautifully because you've got geometry, symmetry, you've got contrast. The different dogs are not all the same and they're kind of contrasting, but there's a similarity there too. And the other cool thing, look at the reflection of each of the dogs too. A lot of cool elements here. I like it. Good one.
Yeah, it's a really nice one.
Yeah.
All right, we got a couple of photos from people I've seen in the chat. Let's start with, this is from Chris, joining us from the UK. I took this 2 weeks ago in Mumbai at 120 meters away through a double glazed hotel window in poor light. So the little 6mm sensor on my Canon compact camera struggled to get clear faces. As Mark says, the best camera is the one you have. I found it fascinating that these guys were walking along this huge pipe and not the road.
Yeah. So what do we have here compositionally? We have a couple of things. We have a leading line with the path they're following, and that's accentuated by the lines in the road itself, right? There's a lot of lines there. And there's some interest there. There is a little story there. What's going on? You've captured, this is a Bob Holmes tip, but I like to use it myself. See the foot raised there? Yeah, he says, look for that because that shows motion. And you have to just be patient enough to, get them both lined up. But there's some interest there, like what is going on? Doesn't that just kind of draw you in? Like, I agree. Like, why are they walking on the pipe? It seems to be a path. So I can logically kind of follow this out and go, well, they don't want to walk on the road because there's probably trucks and cars. So they have a path. None of that matters. I like the, your kind of a sepia tone there. It works. And it makes it feel old. It makes it feel, remember Chris Burkhardt says, try to compose images that don't have a time to it. Although I think this guy is on a cell phone, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's the only giveaway. But other than that, it could be a long time ago. There's other giveaways, but so interesting. Good one. I like it.
All right. This next one is from our good friend Sue.
Yeah, I saw that one, Sue. I really love that. It's
such a great image.
That's gorgeous, The 2 deer looking in 2 different opposite directions. Sue, the only thing I would do, just tiny little thing, is I would go into my Lightroom or Photoshop and I'd make a mask from the deer and I'd invert it. And then I would blur the background a little bit more. Yep. Just behind this, just so that tree right behind that two trees really don't interfere. Just pull that. All you do is you make that mask, you invert it, and then you take sharpness. I just did that a few minutes ago. Take your sharpness slider, whoop, and you can blur that out in 2 seconds. Why not? That's my only recommendation. Otherwise, it's gorgeous. Just, you want to give your eye also a little space, and it's a little compressed. So that'll give us a little more feeling of depth there as well. But mainly it's about what do we want to have our viewer look at. We want them to look at the deer because that's the real story. The background is the background. Let it fade away. So maybe you could try that, Sue, and then post it. Let's just see the before and after. But you got a great image there. Easy little post-processing tip there. That's a really easy one. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah.
Chris commented, he said that he edited this in Silver FX to get this
good for you.
Effect going.
Good. I love Silver FX Pro. Yeah.
Yeah, we're big fans here.
So yeah, DxO has been
all right.
Good company to work with. Looks like George Carlin.
Yeah, this is from Susie.
That is hysterical.
The eyes have it. My husband and Athens County, Ohio photographer Brian with his beloved rescue mixed breed.
Now, wait a minute. Is this your husband or is your husband named Brian?
I think it's both. I think it's her husband
I see.
And Athens. So, yeah, I had to read that for a second. But, yeah, so it's her husband with his beloved rescued mixed breed, I think.
I love this picture. See, you guys are hitting it right on the head with stories. See that? See how that just kind of like tells that story, and that's that old thing about people's dogs and them start to blend together. I'm always flattered by that because my dog is gorgeous. I mean, I hope there's some truth to it. River. But anyway, I love this. I love the textures, the similarity of textures with the whiskers and the eyes and the expression. Actually, everything is pretty close there. Bam, good one. That's an awesome picture. Please subscribe and enable the bell so you don't miss any of our new shows. Like the video and please share it and leave your comments. I love hearing from you. And remember to get out and capture your own images of life.